welcome, as I say, to session 2 of a 6-session course. And today, well, we're carrying on really from where we left off last time. We had our opening session, which was all, I don't want to say it's basic, because for a lot of people this is an important starting point, but we're moving on today to look at different elements, including small leaps of a minor third and a major third, and dotted rhythms. And there will be some other elements which we'll include in this session. Now, Wednesday, we're going to look at larger leaps of a fourth and a fifth, and augmented leaps, unexpected rhythms, things like tricky syncopations and more varied dynamics. And as we go through, things are going to get tougher. Now, what I'm going to suggest to those of you that are still relatively new to all of this is to just remember all this is saved. All these sessions are here for you to come back and use as revision. I know that many of you use the Singers Toolkit 1 to help you through things like this, so all will be well. All right, everyone, great to see you all. So let's just look at what we're doing in today's session. We'll have a very quick recap. We'll then start looking at dotted rhythms and building competence and really confidence with these particular patterns, and some exercises and examples, and then turning our attention to these small leaps. As I said here, small leaps make great strides. It's really interesting when you consider that the vast majority of the music we sing moves either by step or by small leap, unless you're singing Poulenc, in which case all bets are off. And then at the end, as always, we will sight sing an unknown piece, and that will be the case for all our sessions. So just to revise, really, I'm going to disappear off to the bottom of the screen again like I did last time, and in fact I'm just going to make myself, excuse me a minute, I'm going to make myself just go off the edge of the screen here so you can have a better chance to see this. This is one of the exercises that we looked at last time. I hope you've all had, by the way, the PDF from last session. I'll share all of the slides that have examples on with you all at the end of each. And of course, what we did last time is we set a pulse and we clapped these rhythms. Now, remember, at the start of each of these patterns, it's always the same: da da da, da da da. So as a warm-up, why don't we start just by clapping the first beat of each of these bars? Are we ready? So your pulse is 1 and 2 and. Just a few more, just to get your sense of pulse in. Da, 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 da. Fantastic. Great start. Let's get our actual click going here. Let's check this right pulse for us. Wakey wakey computer. There we go. You see it's in 3/4 on my machine, so I'm going to put it into 4/4. Okay, so we're going to clap along. This time, same thing, and still to that pulse. Ready, and. So at the moment this is quavers. Really feel that pulse. Excellent. As I say, the click at the moment is clicking quavers, in case anyone's going to say, aren't we in 2/4? No, we are in 4/8 effectively, which is 2/4, with the clicks happening on each of the quavers. Now let's have a go at clapping these rhythms as we have here on screen. All right. Now, again, if you're still learning this, use this as a resource. Note it starts with the smallest possible note value, sort of peeking in from the side, and then it grows, and then you get shorter note values, and then that grows and it builds until you go from absolutely nothing on the second crotchet beat in the first example to 4 semiquavers at the bottom. It sort of evolves like Pokemon, so I've been told. So let's do that again from the beginning. Remember, this is a click on every quaver, every 8th note. So let's go from the start. So after 4, 1, 2, and. go. All right, everybody. Good stuff. Now, what I have for you is a different challenge. Now, I'm going to halve the number of clicks. So we're going to go down. So we won't have that stabilizing middle beat. Actually, I think that's mean. Let's do that first exercise again. But take out the stabilizing middle beat, and then we'll have a look at the new one for this week. So same again, but instead of every single quaver beat shown, as I said last week, quaver is the 8th note. We're going to feel the quarter notes, or the crotchets, as we call them here in the UK. Okay, so you're going to need to feel that offbeat sound. All right, here we go. 1 and 2 and. Brilliant. Remember, this is all saved for you. You can come back and watch this. And apart from anything else, this is just training your brain to match the visual symbols on screen with what you're doing physically. And as singers, it's so important. We internalize so much of what we do as musicians. As I'm very fond of saying, and you've heard me say before, you are both the instrument and the performer. So the more you can physicalize this, the more you can internalize this, the more when you glance at something like this, your brain knows exactly what to do. Now, speaking of your brain knowing exactly what to do, I should imagine as you look at this, well, there's a variety of reactions, everything from that's fine to because of just the sheer amount, a sheer number of notes here on screen. But please do not be concerned. Because I want you to look at the second half of each of these bars. Just have a look at it. What do you notice? It's exactly the same as the first set. Exactly the same. Except the first beat, instead of this da-da-da, it's da-da-da-da. So you've got to think semi-quaver. Okay, so all we're doing is we're adding, if we just glance at that first set again, we're adding a second semi-quaver in the space of where there was previously a quaver. Okay, 16th note in the space where there was an 8th note. So let's give it a go. Okay, this is just an evolution, and we'll go back to that nice stabilizing click every 8th note, every quaver, to help us. Here we go. Well done, everyone. And da 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 da. Next line. Last line. Marvellous. How did you get on? Well, first of all, I should imagine your hands are a bit sore, so give them a bit of a rub. And remember, this really does reward practice. Okay, the more you go over this, the more you throw this at your brain, the more fluent you become, and the more you'll find this not easy, but the more you'll internalize it. All right, everyone, well done. That's a great place for us to start. Now, I'm going to go back to the side over here, and we're going to talk today in our rhythm section, as it were, about dotted notes. And for many of you, you're already familiar with what this means, but for those of you who don't particularly understand what dots are all about, well, dots are a way in which we can go across beats, we can change the rhythm, so it's not all straight, it's not just all on the beat. And dot here, in this case, means you add 50% of the note value. So if the single dot with the line is a single beat, if you add a dot, it's 1.5 beats. If you've got a note that is, for example, an eighth note, a quaver, you add it, it becomes, so it's a half beat, it becomes 3/4 of a beat. Okay, so the dot adds 50%. And what that means in terms of our beat here is we've got a pulse. It is 1, da, 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 1, 2, and 3, 4. 1, 2, and 3, 4. So can I ask you to say with me 1 and 3, 4. And if you would like to clap or stamp your feet and just find some way to internalize that pulse, okay, now some of you tap on the table. That's absolutely fine. Some of you tap your leg. Would suggest tap your own leg rather than the person next to you. You get some funny looks in choir rehearsal. The thing I suggested during Singers Toolkit 1 is this just simple little conducting pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4, which is down, in, out, up. Nice thing about that is it doesn't make any sound and is very, very physical. So however you want to do it, keep that pulse. And we're going to say 1 and 3. Ready? 1 and 3, 4. 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 Excellent, excellent. Well done. So the key part, as I said in Singers Toolkit 1, is whatever you're doing when it comes to rhythm, and in fact throughout all of your singing, throughout your sight singing in particular, that pulse must stay the same. Okay, at least till you get towards more advanced and tricky singing where they may pull the tempo around on you a little bit, but even so, the pulse is at the absolute heart of what we do. Okay, fabulous. Now I'm going to go down to the bottom of the screen again, and just, in fact, I'm going to zip across. Excuse me a second. Bear with me. There we go. So what we see here is what dots actually mean in terms of some of these other note values. So we've just been talking about the third line down here, where we take a single beat and we add a dot. I've just watched myself slide across the screen, or the preview down here. That's a bit disconcerting. We add 50%. So if a full beat, that third line down, the crotchet, quarter note, is worth a single beat, if we add a dot to it, we add 50%. If we look below that, okay, the bottom line here, we see what we call a quaver, what those in North America call an eighth note. Had to think about that for a minute. And that's worth half a beat without a dot. If we add a dot, it's worth 3/4 of a beat, or 3/16 notes, 3 semiquavers. Okay. The second line down here, we see a dotted minim, a dotted half note. And this is worth 2 crotchets. If you add a dot, it's worth 3 crotchets. So if previously it was worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, you add the dot, it's worth 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and you can all see what's going on at the top here, what we call the semibreve or the whole note. You add a dot, and that is, you add 50%. So previously it's worth 4 beats. Adding the dot means it's worth 6. A little bit of revision. This comes, of course, from Singers Toolkit 1, just to make sure we're all on the same page. So now, the main meat of our rhythm exercises today. I'm going to ask you to have a little look. Now, again, the first thing everyone does when they see this this array of interesting rhythms is panic. And I really want everyone to take a nice deep breath. Maybe a sip of something. Cheers. Marvellous. And I'm going to ask you to just have a look at the first rhythm here, number 1, up in the top left. Okay, now we can see from glancing at this, in fact from looking at the first 2 examples here, that we are in a 2/4 rhythm. That is to say, 2 beats in a bar, 2 crotchet beats, 2 quarter note beats in the bar. And if that is 1 and 2 and 1 and 2, and I'm going to give you the pulse, and I'm going to ask you to have a go at clapping me that top rhythm, number 1. I'm going to make it nice and slow, so I'll give you a couple of bars for nothing, and I'll count you in. All right, and then I shall explain all. So here we go. Here's your beat. 1, 2. Off you go. This is our crotchet beat. Just do it over and over again. Fabulous. Well done. So how did you get on? Now, if you are panicking, if your heart rate's going, if you're feeling under pressure, this is entirely normal. And what this means is your brain is in that all-important right mode, that is to say WRITE, where you are really taking stuff in. And just remember, you're amongst friends and doing really well. Okay, so this beat here, in order to really get what's going on with this rhythm, you need to understand these subdivisions. So we've got a full beat. We can cut that in two, can't we? So we go 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and that would give us the eighth notes. That would give us the quavers. But in order to understand what's going on with these dots, we need to subdivide even further. 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. Just like that previous slide, if I just go back to it, this one here. Okay, da 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 da. You can see all there what we call the semiquavers. So if you go back to this this one here at the top, what the dot does is that first clap on the dotted note there is the equivalent of 3 of those semiquavers, and then you put the 4th one in. And this sounds simple, but even experienced musicians forget this, and that's why sometimes their rhythms go a little bit off. So if you think that first dotted note here is 3 of those semiquavers, 3 16th notes, and then you clap again on the 4th. 1 and da 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 da. Okay, da 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 da. With me, da 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 da. With the pulse now, and. Oh, I'm a bit fast. And it's the most heartbeaty one we've got there. Okay, so that gives you a sense of that very first one. Always have a think about what's going on underneath the surface. Now, number 2 is a special request from last week, and I was asked, are we going to look at inverted dots? Well, here you have it. And all this is you take that first rhythm, which we've just had a go at, and you turn it backwards. So where previously the long note, the dotted note, is worth 3 of those semiquavers, 3 16th notes, and the 4th semiquaver, the 4th 16th note, is represented by a semiquaver here. You just turn it round the other way. So it's 1, and then the next note is longer. So it's da 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 da. So previously it was da 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 da. Now it's da 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 da. Let's give it a go. Okay, here's your pulse, and I'm going to be nice. I'm going to be generous. Such things happen. I'm going to put in the subdivided beat. So here it is. So let's do that first one together. Okay, we're hearing every 8th note. So we're going to go da 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 da. Fabulous. Now we're going to turn that upside down or back to front. So we're going to go ready and da 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 da. And really important during that long note to feel the subdivisions. Da, 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 da. Fabulous. And if you struggle with these particular rhythms, either the dotted quaver, semiquaver, or the invert, where you've got the semiquaver followed by the dotted quaver, what we call the Scotch snap, then just get a metronome and practice. And at all times when you are listening to the metronome, do your best to internalize that rhythm. If possible, physicalize it. You know, one of the things you'll notice about experienced singers, and particularly percussionists, next time you're at an orchestral concert or at any kind of concert where there's percussion playing, watch the percussionists, because they are physicalizing the rhythm. They're not just standing there and then suddenly playing. They're feeling the beat, and then they come in. It's a big part of being a successful musician. How's everyone doing? The inverted dots, absolutely. Now, when it comes to the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th patterns here, we're looking at something different. And the way we can tell is the fact that these notes are beamed together. Okay, it's nothing to do with Star Trek. It's not that kind of beaming. What we're talking about here is the horizontal line which connects the notes. That's called the beam, which makes sense, isn't it? The beam in a roof. And here we can see 1/8 note beams to another and then beams to 2 semiquavers, and that is a little group. So that tells us we're probably looking at what we call compound time, which remember is 3/8 or 6/8 or 9/8 or 12/8, where instead of da 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 you have da 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 da, groups of 3 instead of groups of 2. And with that in mind, if we're thinking of 3 in a bar, if that's our pulse, have a go for me at number 3. Okay, here is your pulse after 3. 1, 2, off you go. Fabulous, fabulous. So just for those who found that tricky, it's nice and straightforward. The first 2 are on the beat, and then the third group there, the 3rd and 4th note, just semiquavers. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1. Now, if you're not already swaying and dancing, feeling that beat, then join me in 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Brilliant, 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 brilliant. Let's look at number 4. And some of you are way ahead of me here. Okay, you've already got that sense of that group of 3. It's the same again. Okay, because we've got 2 semiquavers, 2 16th notes, which make up 1/8 note, 1 quaver, and then another 2 quavers. So we have another group of 3 quavers all beamed together, with just the first one split into semiquavers. Da 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 da. With me. Now, of course, it's perfectly possible to feel the subdivisions of this one as well. If you just clapped all of the semiquavers, da 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 da. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's running along underneath. One of the best ways to help with understanding these subdivisions is to look at a drum kit. Someone playing a drum kit, when they're playing the hi-hat. The hi-hat is the pair of cymbals that's pressed together with your foot, and that's often the drum that's moving the fastest on the drum. And it keeps the beat really, really solid. Let's have a look at number 5. Same again. 3 quavers, 3/8 note beats grouped together with just the middle one now a semiquaver. So here's your pulse. Have a go at clapping it for me. 1, 2, 3, off you go. Very nice. Keep going. So it should be ta 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 ta. Think Shedrick. Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say da 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 da. Very nice, everyone. Very, very nice indeed. How are our hands doing? Excellent. Now then. I'm sick. Ben should do Strictly Come Dancing. Oh my goodness me. Dance disaster, darling. Let's have a look at number 6. We're working our way nicely through these. Again, this is in compound time. How can we tell? Well, we add up all of the notes. We can see here we've got an 8th note with a dot. That's a dotted quaver and 3 semiquavers. We add all that up and we get that same group of 3 quavers, 3/8 notes. But this time we've got a dot. No. So now let's think about this. At the top of the examples here, it adds 50%. Same thing here. Okay, so we've got 2 semiquavers for an undotted note. Add a dot. It's worth 3. So we've got 1, 2, 3. Da 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 with me. And 1, 2. Sorry, let's try that again. 1, 2, 3. Da 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 da. Very nice. Just feeling the subdivisions at all times. Let's have the pulse on this one. I'm going to go to this one and make sure we can hear it. I might even slow it down a teensy bit. Actually, that's a bit fast. Let's slow that down. Here we go. Ready? So this is going to be number 6. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1, 2, and 3, and 1. Lovely. Now let's swap to number 7. Ready? Da, da, da. So, da, da. Hang on. So number 7 is trickier, as you can probably gather. Da 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 da. Okay, so let's try that one together. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, da 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 da. One of the reasons this is trickier is it's that second beat that crosses over the middle of the bar. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Good. That one is definitely trickier, as I ably demonstrated. Now let's look at number 8. At this point, we can breathe a sigh of relief because we're leaving the realm of compound time and heading back into duple time. That is to say, groups of beats in 1s, 2s, 4s, 8s, 16s, 32s. Nice, square, almost marching rhythm, everyone. Okay? And we can tell that because of the way it's beamed. We've got a quaver tied to 2 semiquavers. So that is a half plus a quarter of a beat. I'm not talking about half notes and quarter notes. I'm talking about the actual note values now. So a quaver's worth half a beat. A semiquaver's worth a quarter of a beat. So you've got half plus quarter and quarter equals 1 beat. And then you've got another beat. So you've got 1 and 2 and ya da da da. Da with me. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Now we can turn that upside down in number 9. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ya da da da. Ya da da da. Fabulous. And number 10. So again, we're just turning this backwards. So 1 and 2 and 1. Dum da da dum. Dum da da dum. Dum da da dum. And number 11. 1 and 2 and da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Ya da da. Very nice. Now we've got 3 more here on the page, and this is stuff I wasn't planning to do before next week, but as we're here, and as we're amongst friends, let's take a little peek over the fence into Wednesday's session, where we're going to be looking at more unexpected rhythms, in particular what we call syncopation, tied notes, everyone, and triplets as well. Okay, so let's have a look at number 12. What we've got is a little curved line joining one note to another. Now, if they are the same pitch, and here we don't have pitch, then it is a tie. If it's different pitches, it usually means a slur, which means to join the 2 notes together in terms of the pitch, run them together. But here it's tied together, so that means you don't sound the second note, you just hold the note and play the one after. Okay, so if we're thinking in semiquavers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, da 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 da. So number 12 would be da 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 da. 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2. With me, 1 and 2 and 1, 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and. Okay, again, we'll practice that one far more, and lots of tied rhythms, in particular syncopations that go off the beat, because that is a very, very tricky thing for us to do. Every time you sing something, usually from the start of the 20th century onwards, you could be asked to sing pretty much anything rhythmically, and so it's worth putting the practice in. And just the last 2, ladies and gents, we're doing really well on rhythm today, and I know it's something that people struggle with. It's something that I get asked all the time by my choristers. Can we do some real rhythm work? I hope you're finding this helpful. Now here, this is just to really kind of check whether people have been awake. Bear in mind it's Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening here in the UK. I'm asking quite a lot of you. But here we've got a dotted crotchet, so a dotted quarter note. So if that is our pulse, have a go at this one. After 2, ready, 1, 2. Okay, fabulous. I can hear the consternation. Okay, I can hear the wheels turning. So let's unpack it. Let's look at what we've got here. We've got, that's your crotchet pulse. That's your quarter note pulse. So let's look at the note we've got. We've got a note that is a full crotchet and a half. So you're not going to clap at all. You're going to clap at the start of the pattern, and then you're going to hold past the second clap. How long for? Well, for half again. If we split it up into its quavers, okay, into its eighth notes, it's 1 and 2, and that's your pulse, and 2 and. So the first clap here for number 13 is holding for 3 of those 4 beats. 1 and 2 and. Okay, the last quaver, the last eighth note is where all the excitement happens. But you can get half marks by just holding that first one. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Ignore the triplet thing at the end and just clap me the long note. Ready? 1, 2, 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. 1 and 2. Okay? Now, let's look at the last little bit, okay? The bit that everyone's stressing about. Well, it's a half beat. 1 and 2 and. Okay? So in that and, we've got to squeeze 3 notes. 1 and 2, da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Think Star Wars. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da da, slow it down, and 2, ya da da da, ya da da da. Nice thing about triplets, the thing you must remember about triplets is you have to really lean into them. You have to feel that each of the notes is exactly the same length. A lot of people go da 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 da, which is not right. That is making it square, and it's got to have that same flow as compound time. Ya, ya da da da, ya da da da. So say it with me to ya da da da. Ready? And da, ya da da da, ya da da da, ya da da da, ya da da. Excellent. Now, with that in mind, let's look at number 14, the last one. Then you can have a sip of whatever it is you're drinking this evening and take a nice deep breath, because you've done really, really well. The long note, same again. All we've done is we've moved the yatata from the end of the bar to the start of it. Okay? So instead of going da, 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 we put that at the start now. And so it's da, 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 da. Da 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 da. With me? Ready? 1 and 2 and ya da da da. Ya da da da. Ya da da da. Ya da da da. Okay? Fabulous. As I say, that's all very advanced stuff. Some people are out there going, my hands hurt and so does my head. This is all entirely normal. But these 14 patterns, a lot of these are things that you will be expected to sing. I mean, I can count so many examples just from the Choir of the Earth repertoire that use most, if not all, of these rhythmic patterns. And of course, the challenge comes when you start to string them all together. So let's have a little look here. Let's have a look above. I'm seeing in the comments, yata-ta-ta, very nice indeed. Thank you, Around Sound. It's Nikki in the booth tonight. So I'm going to move myself back centre stage. There we are. Very nice. And we're going to have a look at this rhythm here. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to just have a look at it. I'm going to give you a nice steady pulse, and we're going to clap these, and we'll then leave rhythm for tonight, and we'll have a look at some pitch-related stuff. So here is your pulse. Here we go. So that is your crotchet pulse. Lots of people talk about John Williams. I'm not surprised. Okay. So off you go. Have a go. Bar 2. Okay, how do we get on? There's some particularly tricky little rhythms in there designed to catch you out. Okay, that's the thing. A lot of these music training exercises, and certainly if you go and do music exams, they deliberately try and trick you. They deliberately try and catch you out. It's very unlikely you would be asked to sing something as varied as this and yet so similar in choral music, but it never hurts to challenge yourself. So let's have a look at it. Let's look at the first bar. We hold for 2 beats. We then hold for a beat and a half and put the quaver in. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's clap all the way through and we'll do it twice. Here we go. So I'll give you a bar for nothing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Next line. Da, 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 da. That last bar will catch you out if you're not careful. Let's do it again. Okay, so here's a bar for nothing. 1, 2, from the start. Da, 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 da. Well done. Well done, everyone. One of the really hard things to do, I find, is with these inverted rhythms. For example, there in the last bar, the last 2 notes where you play the quaver and then the dotted crotchets, the 8th note and the dotted quarter note, to have that feeling of I should be moving on the beat, and you see my shoulders going at that point. Da 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 da. That's the physicalization of the beat to really help keep me in time, and I really do recommend you do it. Though bearing in mind, if you do it in a choir rehearsal, you might get some funny looks. Bear in mind the conductor does it all the time. All right, everyone. So I've got a few more of these which we'll look at another time. Now, I thought just one quick rhythmic exercise, and I'm already running late, and apologies again for the starting late today. This is one of the pieces that Choir of the Earth is going to be looking at this coming week. Hosanna to the Son of David by Wilkes. And we can see here in the first few bars, there's all sorts of rhythms going on. There's dots galore. We've got tenors here. The tenors, which are the 4th line down, it's 1, 2, Hosanna. Okay, let's clap that tenor rhythm. Okay, this is the 4th line down. It's, no, there. It's up here. After 2, 1, 2, Hosanna. Great. Let's have a look at alto now, the 3rd line down. So here we've got minims, we've got dotted minims and quavers. With me after 2, 1, 2, Hosanna. Off. Brilliant. Let's have a look at the first bass part here. Now notice everyone else comes in on beat 3. The basses come in on the first beat. Okay? So after 4, 2, 3, 4. Hosanna. Off. Very, very nice indeed. Okay, everyone. I think we need to move on and have a look at some pitch-related stuff. I just want to show you an example of a piece that I don't know if any of you have performed, the Geographical Fugue by Ernst Toch. I know many of you have done, but what you can see here is an example of what you can really get up to when pitch is taken out of the equation and you just have fun with the rhythm. So at the top here, the soprano's going Canada, Malaga, Rimini, Brindisi, Canada, Malaga, Rimini, Brindisi, yes, Tibet, 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 Tibet. And you've got the altos going Nagasaki, Yokohama, Tibet, 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 Tibet. And all of that fits together. That's why the pulse is so important in a piece like this where there is no pitch. It's all about the rhythm. A lot of fun can be had, but you've got to work hard. All right, everyone, back to the side. How are we all doing? Alison says fun. It is fun. I promise. It is fun. In the same way, I mean, one thing I would suggest to all of you, if you ever get the opportunity to go and take part in a percussion workshop of any kind, particularly if it's sort of fun, you know, no pressure, come and play something like African djembe. Come and play the gamelan the wonderful, wonderful gamelan from Indonesia. If you get the chance to play a gamelan, take it, grab it with both hands, and when you're there, really take a sense of the pulse. Take that home with you. They won't let you take the drums, I'm afraid, usually anyway. But get that sense of pulse, take it home with you, and just incorporate that into your singing. You will really reap the rewards. Now, last time I showed you this little chap here jumping around. Alison says the dog's going to fall. Do you know what? I don't think he is. I think he's got this, and we will soon as well. It's that sense of knowing where you're going, just be able to look and leap. And that is a big part of what it is to be a singer. You glance at an interval and know where to place your voice in order to proceed without tripping over and getting stuck. Okay, so last time we did this exercise, and bear with me a moment. And a few people said it sounded like Sesame Street. Well, it's entirely how you sing it. If you sing it with a nice, normal singing voice, it doesn't sound like Sesame Street. If you insist on singing it like Elmo the Muppet, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, yeah, it will sound like Sesame Street. I preferred the count anyway. 1, So let's sing 1, 2, 1. What you'll notice here, however, those people say it sounds like Sesame Street, is we have the minor version. So let's sing in the minor. Here we go. Ready? And 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. How do we get on there? I always find that if you put any tune into the minor and put this sort of thing, it sounds very Eastern European. 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. Reminds me of my grandmother's songs from Ukraine. Let's sing one more time. 1, 1, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice indeed, everyone. Okay, so now, of course, what we've been using in terms of all these 1, 2, 1s and all the singing we did last time was based on the diatonic scale. Okay, and diatonics is not some kind of weight loss program. This is the use of a particular set of intervals, that's the spaces between notes, to form a recognizable scale in either the major or the minor mode. Okay, so in short, if you use this array of intervals, tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone, okay, you will have a major scale. So if I start on a C, if I play the tone above, we get a D, play the tone above, we get an E. Now the semitone, F, tone, 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 semitone. And that works on whichever note you start on. A flat, play a tone, a semitone, tone, 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 and semitone finally. That will form the diatonic scale. But what we need to think about tonight, everyone, is the chromatic scale. Okay, the chromatic scale. These are the intervals, the smallest intervals that it's possible in Western classical music. Now, actually, the space in between notes is infinitely vast. And if any of you have ever encountered music from the Indian tradition, you know about microtones, you know about all of these different inflections, and even within singing, you know, there's all sorts, as we all know, there's all sorts of space in between C and C sharp for you to be sharp or flat. But when it comes down to it, thanks to dear old Johann Sebastian Bach, we consider these to be the smallest intervals. So if we have a look at C here, we go up a semitone, C sharp, D, D sharp or E flat, depending on how you're spelling it, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp or A flat, A sharp or B flat, B, and C. So what we're going to do is very, very gently and quietly together. We're going to hum, okay? And we're just going to hum up slowly from C to C, and then we're going to hum down again. And I'm just going to invite you as we go. I'm just going to go back to the middle again. I feel slightly odd off to the side here when there's all that white space. I'm going to invite you to try and make these notes as step-like as possible. Okay, try and avoid sliding around. Try and make it like you are climbing up the shallowest steps possible. Okay, and then down again, being very, very careful, so it almost clicks. Sometimes your conductor will ask you to slide around. That's absolutely fine. But for tonight, I would like you, please, to hum with me. Okay, ready? And coming down a bit faster. Very nice, everyone. Very nice. Again, really worth practicing that, because the key to understanding leaps and wide leaps and small leaps is to have an innate sense of how many semitones you're moving by. You won't ever stop and think, oh, well, that's 4 semitones, that's 6, that's 8, that's 9, that's 1, and so on. But if you practice these patterns, if you move between notes and you work on this, your brain will automatically lock it away. In the same way that to begin with, when you were learning how to read, you sounded out each sound, maybe even identified each letter, and then you ran it together. K, a, t, cat. Cat. You impressed? I am. It's the same here. So if we have a look here at the first 4 semitones, we start here on a C. Now, you always include the first semitone. So you go up 1, 2. Okay, we go up a total of 3 semitones from the first note, and we get a minor third. Okay, I'm going to actually go to the next slide because it's a little more helpful, I think. So if we look here, C, we start on C. Now we count up 1, 2, 3. We get a minor third. We count up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. We get a major third. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to count up. We're just going to hum up. Okay, so let's go up 3 semitones in this note, and that gives us a minor third. Let's start there and count up 3, starting on the first note and then counting 1, 2, 3. Ready? And so hum the note. Now let's count up. That's a minor third. Hum that note for me. Now let's count up 3, starting on that note and then counting. So it's 1, 2, 3. Start there, or down there if you prefer. Hum that note for me. And here we go. 1, 2, 3. That will always give you a minor third. And once you start getting used to it, you can start taking that leap like the little dog. So if I play you this note, okay, and I'm going to play them, but don't hum along. So there's our note, and then so I want you to hum the minor third. Let's start here. Okay, hum that note for me. I'm going to play, but don't hum along with the chromatics. Just jump to the minor third. So it is, and hum the first note. Now the next one. Now the first one again. And again. All right, let's try another one. Here's an E. Okay, now think up a minor third and hum it against this note. It should sound kind of sad. I'm going to create a space for it. Okay, it should be. That is your all-important minor third, and you're going to find a lot of minor thirds throughout your music. Now, the major third, as I said, is not 3 semitones away, it's 4. So you start on the pitch, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's hum together. Start on that note. Now let's move up. Don't forget to make your eyes nice and big as you move up, otherwise it's going to go flat. Let's start there. Hum. Now let's move up. Here we go. Hum the first note. Now hum a major third. Lovely. Now let's start there, whichever octave you prefer. Hum me the major third, everyone. There's the tonic. Hum me the third above. So it should be, because it's okay. So let's try a few. I'm going to play you a note. Hum me the major third above. Off we go. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, good. Now, I appreciate this is, for some people, it's very, very new. I'm not going to do that exercise. I'm not going to do that one either. We're going to have a look at this one. Okay, so I've put a whole load of information here on screen. A huge amount of information. I really don't want anyone to panic because I'm just going to decode it for you. I'm being asked, do you only find minor third leaps in music written in a minor key? You do not. You find them everywhere. We have a key above here. So someone tell me in the comments, 4 sharps, major key, what key are we in? So as you're answering that question, I'm just going to explain above me. You can see a representation of the keyboard with all of the semitones written in, and you can see C sharp, D flat, D sharp, E flat. This is just a matter of spelling. If you want the full explanation as to why they call that, watch Singer's Toolkit 1, because I went into excruciating detail as to why that is there. It's just a matter of which way you're looking at the note, whether you're looking up or down at them. And above you can see a tune, and I think rather generously labelled it for you, and I've said which notes are which. Now at the side I've said a semitone is 1 step away, 1 half tone. So if we're playing a C, a semitone up is literally next door. Okay, it's the closest distance. It's the clash when you get that lovely 9/8 suspension, or the Crucifixus. That's a semitone away. It's incredibly intense. A tone is 2 semitones, so it's basically not quite next door. Okay, so a C, a tone away, is 1, 2, a C and a D. An F is a G, hence chopsticks. Triggered all sorts of people. Then a minor third, note the small m here, the minor third is 3 semitones away, 1, 2, 3, and the major third is 4. Okay, well done. People are asking what key. It is indeed E major. Well done. The way we do it, just to remind you, is of course you look at the number of sharps, and it always goes, sharps always goes, Father Charles goes down and ends battle. F, C, G, D. And in the major key, you get to the 4th one, you think up a semitone from that note, from the D sharp. Father Charles goes down, D sharp, 1 semitone up gives you E, E major. Okay, so let's have a little look at this. We're going to spend a few minutes just decoding this and identify the intervals. So our first interval, the first leap that our little dog has to take, is from the E to the G sharp. So have a look at the E on the keyboard, if you've got a keyboard in front of you and you want to do this yourself. There is the E. How many semitones away, not including the E, because that's your starting point. So how many steps do you move up to get to G sharp? And I want to see the answers in the comments, please, everyone, those who are here live. And if you are watching later on at home, well, let's hope your colleagues are awake. I can see the chat moving. How far away is that? And I will then label that for you. Okay, let me know. I'm going to have a quick sip of drink while you think about that. And while you're doing that, have a look at the next interval, G sharp to F sharp. How far away is that? Then F sharp to A. What's that interval? Well done. Carol, Jean, Linda, Gillian, Emma, Julie, Jill, fabulous. All of you. Absolutely right. It's 4 steps, so that makes it a major third. So let's label this. Drat. I'm going to have to show this. Let's hope this hasn't completely scuppered things. Okay. Does this work? I'm going to label it and then restart it. Did that work? It did not. Oh well. So much for that plan. Let's try this. This is the thing. Technical issues. It was all going so well. The next one is 2. Correct. F sharp to A. How many steps? F sharp to A. How many steps, everybody? Let me know. Ah, that should work. There we go. Okay, you're going to see the outline of my screen. C'est la vie. So we can see here M3. So that is a major third. This is a tone. It's 2 steps. Okay. F sharp to A is 3 steps. That's a minor third. A to G sharp. What are we talking about there, folks? A to G sharp. That is a semitone. Correct. G sharp to B. What's that? G sharp here in the middle of the group of 3, and the B. So if I play your G sharp, we go 1, 2, 3. That's a minor third. I hope this is answering the question from earlier on. Do you only see minor thirds in music that are in the minor? Absolutely not, because a major chord is made up of a major third, a minor third, and a fourth to make that sound. So these intervals are not necessarily linked to the tonality. They can appear anywhere, and that's why practicing these leaps, we've got a minor third there, and finally C sharp to D sharp is a tone. So we have E to G sharp, which is a major third, down a tone, up a minor third, down a semitone, up a minor, down, major. Now, that's a long-winded way of going. Okay, but when we actually stop and unpick it, when we decode what we're looking at here on screen, what you actually have is a mixture of different leaps. So what I'm going to suggest to all of you is a really, really vital exercise is to just go to the keyboard, go to the piano, or get an app for your phone that will give you a pitch. So there's an F. Okay, sing me a tone higher. It should be there. Okay, because it's 1, 2. And move between the 2. Now to bar. Bar, 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 bar. Now, give me a semitone higher. Bar, 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 bar. Now, give me a minor third higher. Think about this. That's it. So with me. Ba, 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 ba. Now a major third. Ba, 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 ba. Now try a different note. Try this one here. This is a D flat or C sharp if you prefer. Now sing me a tone lower. There's your first note. There it is. Ba, 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 ba. Now a minor third lower. Ba, 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 ba. Now a major third. Ba, 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 ba. Now you might think, why on earth are we doing this? This is to train your brain in how it feels to move via these intervals, so that when you see a D flat or a C sharp on screen, or even if you sing one from your score and you see a third coming up, you're going to know approximately where to leap. Okay, and this will develop over time. The more you do it, the easier you will find it. That is an absolute gold promise. I promise you will. I had a whole load of these. I'm going to leave these for you to work through, and we're going to have a little look instead at a piece of actual music. Now this comes from a lovely piece by the German composer Fanny Mendelssohn. She was the big sister of Felix Mendelssohn, who we know very well here on Choir of the Earth. He wrote a little piece called Elijah. And we're just going to decode this. We're going to sing it. And we've got then just that last exercise where we'll look at a completely new piece. So probably about another 10 minutes to go, everyone. And just thank you again for your understanding tonight. So what we have here is we have a key signature with one flat in it. One flat. Okay. So what key is that? I hope you'll be able to tell me in the comments. It's one of two keys. And actually, it's going to be quite difficult to tell because there's no other information here on the screen, although the clever among you will probably be able to work it out from the last two notes. So let's have a look here. We've got a B flat as our first note. What is the interval between the next notes here? So I'm going to be ready for this. Well, I'm going to tell you just so we don't. It is F major indeed, and Emma has pointed out that the word Einsamkeit is in the Delius, which is one of the reasons why I chose it. Exactly. So we've got a semitone between the first two notes. We've got a tone then, A to G. So Wiederin. Okay, so we've got a tone there. Now we've got a leap. We haven't looked at this one yet, this next leap. We've got a G to a C. Okay, we will be looking at this interval, and this one next time. The fourth, the augmented fourth, and the fifth, but here is the fourth. Okay, so don't have a label for that. We're just going to have to remember that one for next time. So we go up to the C. So sing wieder in D for me, and wieder in D. Lovely. Now we come down. C to B. That's going to be a semitone. To the B flat is another semitone. Then the note stays the same, and that's something to be really, really grateful for. And at this point, you just need to watch out for the rhythm. We then move down to the A, another semitone, another G. Now here, what's this? G to E. Down three semitones. Well, we know from our work this afternoon, it's a minor third. Back up to the G, another minor third. Down by a tone. Down by a semitone. Semitone. This is romantic music, by which I mean it was written in the 19th century, so lots and lots of chromaticism. And then here, D to B flat. What's that, folks? Well, let's have a look. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a major third, and finally a semitone. So what does that sound like? Well, this is what it sounds like. Okay, bear in mind this is an alto part. This is not your typical alto part. Let's have a go at this. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Wieder in dieser Einsamkeit, in dieser Einsamkeit. Okay, fabulous. I didn't say it was easy. It was always going to be a bit of a challenge. Now, there's plenty of examples on your PDF, which you'll be getting later on. Here's some bits of Carmina Burana, but I thought just to finish today, let's have a look at another piece of unknown music. And this is our last exercise for today. And I think you'll be pleased to see this is nowhere near as demanding as some of the stuff I've asked of you today. But it does include leaps of thirds, and it also has dotted notes in it as well. So for those of you who follow the ABRSM or are considering doing Associated Board, the Royal Schools of Music, the British music exams, this would be equivalent to a grade 2 test. Okay, so you would get this, you'd be given the score, and the examiner would say, have a look at that. You've got a couple of minutes. Here is your key chord. Here is your notes. And I'm going to give you a minute to have a little think about it, folks, and then we're going to sing it. It's definitely not Vivaldi, no. I'm going to open the curtain here because I noticed my green screen is struggling a little bit with the lack of light. Okay, so there was that. There was your key chord. We're in F major again. Well done to everyone who spotted that. We're in 3/4. We have a time signature of 3/4. We have a tempo marking of allegretto, which is fast-ish. We've got dynamics going up from mezzo piano from moderately loud, crescendoing to the middle, and then diminuendoing. So have a go. There's your first note. I'm going to count you and I'll give you 2 bars for nothing and then sing along. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Lovely. Let's try that again. This time I won't make a complete hash of the piano part because I'll be looking at the keys. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Well done. Let's have a look at that then. So you start there on the F. We've got a major third because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 up. Semitone, tone, 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 minor third. So let's sing those first 2 bars to bar. And don't forget the crescendo. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ba, 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 ba. Just watching out for that minor third at the end. Then you take a rest. You go ba 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 ba. After 1 and 1 ba 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 ba. And we get quieter. Let's sing the whole thing to bar. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. With the diminuendo at the end. Well done, everyone. Absolutely brilliant. Just bring the last slide up here and go off to the side to say thank you ever so much for being here this evening. Hope you have found today's session to be useful. As we go, things are going to get a little bit more elaborate each session. So next time we start to introduce syncopation. That is to say offbeat singing, offbeat clapping. I'll give you some more exercises to practice that will really, I think, help bring some of these rhythms into sharp relief. We're going to be looking at a couple of pieces of John Rutter's music because he is the master of syncopation. And we'll also be introducing wider leaps, wider still and wider, as they say. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 semitones away. We'll be introducing 5, 6 and 7, which is the 4th, the augmented 4th and the 5th as well. So that we'll be doing some wider leaps. Little dog is going to have to work hard in order to not fall flat on his face. All the very best, folks. Thank you for being here. See you soon. All the best.